What's happening, everybody? It's another random chat night. Just had some stuff on my mind. Nothing important. But I did have a lot of fun last night eating that melon. So tonight, in honor of that, yeah, man, it's watermelon. Woohoo! So, how's everybody doing? Got me some pineapple here. Gotta get the spinas out of that. Mmm. Very sweet. A little bit of letrechas. Just for the flavor. Very nice. I was doing some random searches on Google. I found these tents, these rafts that have tents on them. There was one that just looked like a raft with a tent built on it. Just a raft with a cover. But there was another one that looked like a straight up platform of a raft, and then on that was built a tent. So you had moved to room around. You had moved to room around. Wow, I'm losing my mind. You had room to move around outside of the tent on the platform, and then of course they had like this little raft in tow in case you had to go to the land, take care of some big business or something, you know. And seeing that reminded me, years ago, there was a story of this guy. That was the ice in my ice chest, don't mind that. It was a story of this guy who built an island out of garbage. Plastic bottles and stuff, a lot of stuff that floated. And then he put like AstroTurf over it. And he made an island. And he lived on it. He floated around on it. Part of me thought, wow, pretty neat. I mean, doesn't fall under any of the rules of the lands that he doesn't occupy. But then I thought, you know, unless he sticks strictly to the river, you can float out into the ocean. I don't know if that's very safe, because I know there's some big storms that come up out there. I can't imagine him hitting a swell and just like these giant waves just thrashing him everywhere on his little man-made island. But if you stick to a river and it's a pretty good body of water, I mean, if you love fish, well, all your dietary needs are met right there. You just go fishing every day for your food. Enough room on there to maybe grow some potted vegetables or something. I oftentimes kick around the idea of going off the grid, but I don't think I have the skills to do that. I would still need some modern conveniences like electricity, power, things like that. I'm not Grizzly Adams, man. There's a story I had heard one time. They interviewed this guy who, at the time, like 20 or 25 years prior, he just decided he had enough with society. He walked into the woods and never looked back. He lived off the land. His food was from the land. His house from the land. Everything he had, he got from the land. anything he didn't get from the land, he just claimed he didn't need it. But he is a human being, and therefore he needed a mate. And somehow he advertised for a mate. I guess he had to go into society for that at least. And he said that the biggest problem he had is that the women that he would meet, they were all enchanted with this lifestyle, having a rugged woodsman as their mate. But then they found out that when they got there, it was actually hard work, and a lot of them didn't stick around. I think at some point he did find somebody to kick it with, and don't know what happened to him since. I guess the reason all that came to mind was I look around at the current status of things here, and I'm not trying to get too heavy. I don't want to do that. But there are some things that bear mentioning. It's like, aren't we like the United States of America? Aren't we supposed to be like this big, strong, powerful country? There's certain things you just never imagine happening in this country. One of those things is a baby formula shortage. Another thing is a food shortage. We're supposed to feed the world, not look at the world like, I don't know what happened. All our food was gone. That's not how it's supposed to be. Not to me, anyway. So sometimes I think maybe people get a little fed up and they just decide, you know what, this isn't for me anymore. Society can suck it. And they go and live on their own, off the grid, in a camper somewhere. Do you think you could do something like that? Live in a small camper or a mobile home or a trailer somebody discarded. You fixed it up, made it livable. One of the documentaries I watched was about a place called Slab City. I guess they were building a town there or something, and they had all these cement slabs that they were going to put houses on, but they never went through with it. They shut everything down for whatever reason. Maybe they went bankrupt. I don't remember. I haven't seen that in a long time. But people who want to live off the grid move there because there's absolutely no rules, no law. It's like the last stand for freedom, for true freedom. But of course they have rules and laws there, and they're very basic rules and laws that nobody should have to explain to anybody. Like, don't rip off anyone, don't steal, don't shoot at anybody. Those are rules I can get behind. At one point they showed these kids, this little group of kids who actually walked through that town. They stole a bag of beans. I don't know if they were runaways, if they're going to live off those bag of beans or whatever. But they got caught. And they got taken before some people. They didn't record it directly. I think they just kept the camera on and you could hear them talking to them. And they just basically told them to get out, don't come back. Oftentimes when I think of that lifestyle, I think of places like the Philippines. The Philippines has a lot of opportunity for people who don't have very much. First of all, location is very important. Just like anything else, location is very important. You want to live by water, you want to live by the wild growing fruit, you want to live by, where the fishing is decent. But I don't know how it works with the land and stuff out there. But it seems like if you were going to be a beach bum, that would be the place to do it, because you can always just cast a line and fish. I'm sure there's rules in some places, of course, where the commercial fishermen are kind of, hey, you can't fish there. Okay, find some place you can. Being in Texas, I always thought that some of the ocean property was good for that. Places like Port A, Corpus, Galveston. I always figured, okay, sleep on the beach, throw a line in the water, catch your dinner, catch your breakfast. But I found out that there's a lot of rules there, and camping on the beach is prohibited a lot of times, or you have to have permission to do it. Fishing, you need a license. So it's not that easy. This pineapple's really sweet. Get down on some of this mango. Oh, by the way, I did overdo it on that melon last night. My stomach kind of hurt, but it was worth it because it was fun. On a totally unrelated subject, my cousin Leticia sent me a video of a guy who takes pineapple skins, boils them, adds different stuff to them. There's something that gets released from the skins that's supposed to help you, like big time health benefits. I'm into tea. I love tea. I hope to do an episode where I just have a cup of tea and talk to everybody. So hearing about that, I have a hard time calling stuff that isn't from a tea leaf tea. People say, oh, a nice herbal tea. It's not tea because it's not from a tea leaf. So I call it herbal brew or pineapple brew. A brew makes more sense. Although it makes me sound like an old witch. Witch's brew. This watermelon isn't bad. It's not exactly how I like it. It's a little loose, maybe on the cusp of being overripe, but it's not bad. I'm going to put the other half in the refrigerator. Enjoy that tomorrow. Yeah, buddy, it's watermelon season. So good, guys. I touched base with my good friend Slim Pickens yesterday. He was showing me some of the stuff he bought. And he said he revived his channel, but it's more of a gaming channel now, which I look forward to watching. I told him I had started this channel, and I gotta be honest, I was really hoping he would subscribe because he was one of the guys I always counted on to comment on my videos. He always had something to ask or to say, and sure enough, true to form, the first video I guess he watched, he left me a comment, and I missed that. I really missed that. He and I had some pretty good back and forth back in the day, man. And he honored me. He absolutely honored me. He told me that he started watching my channel, my Mr. Cinema Junkie channel, and he just started like binging it. I never thought any of my stuff was binge worthy, but when he said he did, I was really honored by that. And he's still doing the do. He's still plugging away. I'm happy for that guy. I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy things are going so well for you. I was going to divulge some somewhat personal information, but I don't have the okay to do that, so I'm not going to do that. After eating all this really sweet fruit, these strawberries aren't, they taste a little sour. But they still taste great. I was thinking about getting some whipped cream for the strawberries, but I thought that might have been too much. And they got all this fruit. Why am I going to throw whipped cream on everything? It's good, guys. What can I say? Delicious. Was there anything else I had to talk about? No. Those were just random thoughts I had. The whole living off the grid thing. It appeals to me, but at the same time it's like, I'm too spoiled. I need those little conveniences of civilization. Like, I would like to live far enough away from civilization to not be bothered by any of it, but close enough so I could take a quick car ride to pick up stuff that I need. I don't think that's asking too much. But there's nothing wrong with honing some very necessary life skills just in case you find yourself in a position where you have to live in the woods. You have to leave everything behind. You wouldn't want to do that and find yourself in the middle of nowhere like, I don't know what to do. I can't build a fire. I don't know what food I can eat. I don't know what plants are edible. You don't want that. So it's something to think about. I'm at the 18 minute mark, guys. So I'll go ahead and cut it right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope I didn't make a spectacle of myself. But this was fun. I enjoyed it. Peace, guys. I didn't say let's eat. Shoot, I gotta remember to do that. It's very important to do that. But anyways, thanks for joining me. Stay fed, guys. Look out for one another. Be blessed. I'll be talking to you all real soon.